Stronger together. Stronger, stronger together.
Hey, it's Karel. You know, I racked my brain to find you an expert for Talk Ghost Tech until everybody in my world said, dude, you're the person that everybody else calls. You're the expert, particularly when it comes to Apple. Now, this is my jewelry accessory for the next couple months. This is Miss Ember, and she is a little tiny itty bitty baby puppy, and she doesn't want to not leave me. So why? Why should she? But I wanted to keep you up to date in the latest in tech. All right, television. You know, Bette Midler once had a line. She goes, now you're going to have to totally change your minds. Stop thinking about your television as a television. It's not. Your television is no longer a TV. It's just a monitor. It's like any of these. It's just a monitor. And now it's what you do with that monitor. There is a race for your living room, and the leader, by far, is Apple, with the recent release of their Apple TV. Now, they do sell and support their older Apple TV, but their newer Apple TV is such a game changer that I'm going to tell you it is going to do for streaming media content what iTunes did for music. It is that good. They are affordable, about $149. They are easy to use. Now behind me, I've got some examples of what Apple TV does. Basically, if you have an Android or an iOS device, you use apps. You have your little apps on your phone, you press the app, it does what you want it to do. That's that. Well, Apple TV takes that concept to the next level and turns your favorite network into an app. So suddenly, ABC, CBS, NBC, and just whatever, Fox, they're not networks, they're apps. And their app provides all of their streaming content, including live feeds in many of the cases. This is the menu that you see when you first log on to Apple TV. It's going to give you your iTunes, it's going to give you TV shows, it's going to let you connect to all of your media that you have on your shared servers there at your house. It's going to let you see all of your photos through iCloud, of course. I am telling you right now, in 5 years, cable television as we know it will be dead. It will be for the lower class. It will be like payphones because everything is going to stream. Apple is not the only one. Roku makes a damn good little device. Chromecast is starting to be a damn good little device. No matter what you stream, and by the way, if you're an Android person, use a Chromecast or a Kindle, the Amazon Fire. If you're a Mac person, use the Apple TV. So, everything you get is an app, and you get it from the App Store. You then either log in using your cable provider, or if you want a la carte, you can buy it. Don't want to pay for Showtime and everything else in the bundle? Then just get Showtime. Want to watch series on HBO but not anything else? Then just get HBO. The beauty of it is it lets you pick and choose. As for Hulu, all of your network shows are on Hulu. Think of Hulu as sort of like your personal DVR. It stores all of network television for you. And if you do have cable and have a cable provider, you can get the episodes next day. The interface is beautiful and clean. It looks just like this here. It streams everything. You would simply just use your remote control, which now the Apple TV remote control has a little trackball, not a ball, but a little track pad on it. So you would simply go to one of these, pick it. You also have Siri on Apple TV now. You can simply press Siri and say, hey, what did she just say? Siri will back it up 30 seconds and play you subtitles. Now, it's not about the Apple on the Apple TV. What it's about is you changing the way you think about television. Stop. I don't have cable. Cut the cable. get yourself a streaming device, Apple TV, Roku, whatever it might be, and start the streaming, because it couldn't be easier. As you see over here, ABC, CNN, Fox, YouTube, PBS, all of it. Free Speech TV is about to have one. MSNBC is about to have one. By the way, really upsets me that the conservatives have apps now and the progressives are just catching up when it comes to Apple TV. Bad, bad, bad progressives. We should have already been on it. In fact, you can use live stream to watch Free Speech TV and watch me live. So Apple TV also has games, which everyone's using it for. It has silly little things like the fireplace that you want to watch for Christmas. It has EarthCam, a great app that lets you look at at webcams from all around the planet. Apple TV is going to open up what you use your television for. So that's the first thing I want to talk to you about on Talk Goes Tech. Not just because Apple TV is a product I use and bought myself through PowerMax, one of my sponsors here, but because Apple TV, I believe, is the future of television, or an interface like it. And you need to start getting used to that now. All right, let's talk Maxi. There's 2 devices out. You've heard a lot about them. Should you have them? Should you not? The iPhone 6s Plus, and over here, we have the fabulous iPad Pro in a Pad and Quill leather valette. It's a wonderful case for your iPad Pro from Pad and Quill. They make great products. They sent this to me to review, so I thank them for it. The iPad Pro is a beast. It is an enormous device. Why do you need it? First of all, this. It's got the touch so you can use your thumbprint or any other finger. Other iPads don't have that. Second of all, this enormous retina. It's the bomb. I'm old. I like big. Third, the use of the pencil. There's many applications now. They're going to let you sketch and draw and use a pencil, pressure-activated pencil. For artists, that's going to be incredible. For you note takers, again, that's a great plus. Then you also have the way to pull things over from the side. I never can make it work, so I'm a bad person to. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Oops! I'm losing my little girl through my legs. Girl down. If you're in an app, you have to be in an app to do this. If you're in an app, like I am now, you can pull in from the side and get a list of other apps and open them, and you actually have a workspace there and there. You can adjust this as to who gets what size, and basically, if you put it dead center, you have 2 iPad minis side by side to work with. So this is definitely the, how do I say this? This is the iPad that will help you get rid of your laptop, this iPad Pro. They are not cheap. They're $9.99 and up. However, if you're a pro user, if you're old, if you like to read, hell, look at Facebook. Huge and enormous. So anything that you want to see bigger, the iPad Pro is it. And of course, you have to have a case for it. So I'm very grateful that Pad and Quill sent this one for me to review, and I thank them very, very much for that in keeping this safe, because it's very light and very fragile. Then you have your iPhone 6s Plus. It's got the best camera of any phone around. It's got an enormous screen. When you compare it to a regular iPhone, it makes the regular iPhone seem like a mini. Once again, it's got the bigger text for everybody, and it's got that 3D press you've heard about, where you press and you hold and see what came up. Take photo, record slow-mo, take selfie. I just go there and bam. There, did you see yourself over there, Steve? See you looking good? So you hold this, you press, and it gives you that. Go over to your messages. You'll see your message list. Just press and hold once, it'll pop up that. Press and hold twice, of course, it brings it all up. And press even harder, and it brings you up a way to answer or say whatever you want. So this pressure-sensitive screen is making things that you do all the time a lot easier. I'm going Maxi with Apple. I vote for the 6s Plus and the iPad Pro. I think if you're a power user and if you're older, they're the things to have. How do you clean them? The eye roller. This was invented by a surgeon who wanted to clean his surgical tools waterlessly. This will clean the screen on any iDevice beautifully. And all you have to do is wash this off afterwards. Once you do this, you'll never not do it again because you will not realize how filthy you get this screen. Go rinse it under the sink. It's ready to use again. It's available online for just $10 at the Grommet, a great website. And other websites have it too. It's called the iRoller. So, MaxiPad, as I call it, a win for Apple, especially for power users. iPhone 6s Plus, if you're like me and like bigger, it's the way to go, plus the camera's unbeatable. And as for the living room, Apple TV at the moment wins. The others might catch up. Easiest interface, most apps, and you don't need cable or any fee to use it. I am Karel. I am the tech guru. So thank you for watching Talk Goes Tech. And now, someone who cares nothing about any technology except, can I in fact chew it? So, that's all she cares about. It is the Karelcast. I am Karel. Let's face it, people, living hurts. It truly does. And if you are over 40 or even, dare I say, over 50, then you know what I mean. Now, if you're one of these people that are uber blessed and your life does not involve chronic pain, count your lucky stars. But that is not the case for a majority now of Americans. A majority of Americans now, statistically, suffer some sort of chronic pain. I am a chronic pain sufferer. I was involved in an accident after seeing the wretched movie Near Dark. Oh my God, it was terrible. What a horrible film. Don't ever see it, even on Netflix. Don't stream it. Vampires and cowboys and things. It was terrible. And our little Toyota Celica, which I love that car. I'm like that commercial. I loved that car. And then this big, huge metal car, like a LTD. It was an LTD. Remember the LTDs were like they're the size of the apartments in New York now? Absolutely. My Monte Carlo had a trunk so big I could sublease it in Manhattan. I'm not making that up. So this LTD thing smashes into the back of us. Now now I'm 53 years old, so it's 35 years later, and I have degenerative disc disorder, osteoarthritis, and functioning scoliosis. I have a protrusion, I have severe sciatica, and I have neuropathy on one side where I go numb because I need back surgery, which I don't want to have. A laminectomy to start, or we could segue right into a spinal fusion. Many people swear that they fixed the problems. Many people say they'd never have them. And in the middle, you have chronic pain sufferers. Just today, in order to film here at Park Howard in my studios, I had a trigger point injection right at where my sciatica is, in my buttocks, as Forrest Gump would say. And so I am standing here with my rear end all doped up, basically, because it hurts to stand. Now, the problem of opiate abuse in this country, I mean, come on, in Florida, I think that Domino's serves them on pizza now. You can call and go, I'd like half Norco and half Percocet, please. Please put Percocet on the side. I really believe that's how it is. Like in Kentucky and Tennessee, where these people are just making a fortune on these drugs, I really believe that they're just being delivered to your door. But out here in California, it's a lot different. Opiate use, 80% of the world, we use the United States. Now, NPR just did a story on this, and I found it very intriguing because here in this bottle are 90 Percocet, okay? Percocet is simply oxycodone and Tylenol. The Percocets, Percodans, they don't sell Percodan much anymore because I think it's aspirin that it's mixed with. Norco is hydrocodone and a lot of Tylenol. Regular Vicodin is, here, you want a lesson? Y'all want a lesson on this? Regular Vicodin is 5 milligram hydrocodone, which is a morphized opiate, and it's got 500 milligrams of Tylenol in it per pill, okay? 5 milligrams of Vicodin, of hydrocodone, 500 milligrams of Tylenol. You take 2 of those, that's 1/3 of your daily dose of Tylenol right there. You abuse 5 milligram Vicodin, you take 10 or 20 a day, you might as well tell your liver, hasta la vista, baby, because it's going to shut down at some point. Then there's Vicodin ES, which are 7.5 milligram, all right? They have less. They have 350 milligrams of Tylenol. Then, of course, there's Norco, or hydrocodone 10 milligram with 325 milligrams of acetaminophen. Norco is the most prescribed of all of the painkillers. Then, if you have even more pain, two Norcos equal one Percocet. And a Percocet is oxycodone mixed with Tylenol. They go up from these. These are only 10 milligrams. Then you can move into morphine pills. You can move. I've had over the course of my pain management, they wanted to give me methadone before. I'm like, hell no. I'll make breakfast shakes with it. Don't give me that. I know my limits. It's like, no, don't give me methadone. Demerol patches, fentanyl patches. Oh, over the years, they wanted to give me so much. And I've actually had to turn it all down. No, thank you. No, thank you. Because you just don't want to get on that stuff if your job is staying on your feet. So 3 decades ago, treatment for Michelle Zumwalt received for her headaches involved the opioid Demerol. A lot of people used to use Demerol. NPR featured her. She was a Silicon Valley executive. And she said she lived in Sacramento. She said she would go do full-blown work presentations, blasted out of her mind on so many Percodan that she couldn't remember how many she took. Did she take 2? Did she take 4? She just didn't know anymore. And of course, you have the people who have to count their pills because you can't get early refills. And then they run out early and they make up excuses at their doctors and they have to go squirm at the pharmacy. And it's really embarrassing for everybody because we know you took them. Oh, I lost them. I went traveling. I flushed them accidentally. I did this. Oh, the excuses people use. I asked my pharmacist one time to give me a litany and he was like, oh my, you just don't even know. So what is the real cost? Well, first of all, let's talk about what's in this bottle. Let's take a guess here in the studio. Curtis is here with us today. And of course, Brandon, my creative genius, Brandon Riley Miller. I'll thank him now a lot. That way, if I ever win a Golden Globe and forget. Not that I would. All right. So here we have 90. These are 90. This lasts me a while, this bottle, luckily. I know some people would last like a week. I'm not making that up. But this would last a lot longer than that. But there's 90 in here. So how much do you think this would be just without insurance, because you all just pay your $10 and you think, oh, it's $10. No, it ain't $10. No. How much do you think this is right here? What about it, Kurt? Couple $200? $200? Mm-hmm. You say 400? 300. It's like, let's make a deal. Well, neither of you would get this bottle from me. I asked my pharmacist today how much, because my copay was $85 today. And I asked him why. And he said, you're in this part of your insurance where you have to pay a higher copay for a month and then it takes out the deductible. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, how much is it just without insurance, this 90 pills? Because I thought $85 copay, I'm paying almost $1 per pill. He said, oh, let me look, $486 for 90 Percocet. And he said on average, people get 180 a month or 3 a day. So on average, the average person is getting $1,000 worth of Percocet a month. It is the number 2 most prescribed drug in the country if you go to rxlist.com. That's $1,000 a month drug habit. So who's paying for that? Your employer. And that's what NPR did a story on. It's not just the cost that it's costing you, and we'll get into that in a second. American employers are paying, on average, in lost wages, lost productivity, and co-insurance payments over, according to NPR, $25 billion a year. $25 billion. Child, we've been in Afghanistan, 14 years now? 15 years? We should take over those poppy fields. This is $5. So my dose that I take when I'm in severe pain because of my body size is 1.5 pills when I'm in severe pain. 1.5. And that's when I'm like, crippled over and can't walk and all that. So right here in my hand is $7.50. Right there, $7.50. Now, the other cost of this, of course, is it's killing us. It's literally killing our livers. It's killing our jobs. You can't, I can't function when I take these, and take like a 1.5 with a soma or something. There's no way. You're not going to get up and do a radio show or a TV show. And if you are, you're going to be on drugs. So look around your office. Statistically, 1 out of 3. So if there's 3 people, look, there's 3 people in our room. And look, one of us is on painkillers. Statistically now in America, 1 out of 3 people are on painkillers. 1 out of 3. Now, look, America, I luckily, don't take these things that much. In other words, I'll go off them for years at a time. I won't have any for years and years and years. And then my back will act up. I'll be on them for 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, and then I'll be off them again because they're not made long term. I need to talk to y'all at home right now about this because if you're on painkillers long term, you're losing your life. This is not a TV commercial. I don't believe in rehab. I'm simply telling you that they don't just deaden the pain, okay? They deaden everything. And I have this new little puppy here in my life. So today, my doctor and I are weaning me totally off of these over the next 3 weeks. So I won't be on any, period. And we're going to stay that way if we have to use injections into the spot, Pilates, whatever it's going to take. We're not going to have these in the picture anymore because I don't want them in the picture. I want to be awake as little Ember grows up. I want to be awake as this show takes off. I want to be here and be present and be with you. I don't want to be in some fog haze just because my back hurts. So what are we going to do, America? What are we going to do? We're eating 80% of the world's opiates. We're distracting ourselves with the fog that they create. How else do you explain Donald Trump and the Republican Party and everything else? We're drugged. And I'm not being facetious here. We're drugged. The antidepressives. How many of you have a Xanax in your... Look, I know who I'm talking to. I know the demographic. How many of you right now could lay your hand on a Xanax, a Valium, an antidepressive? These are serious psychotropic drugs. This right here, this is heroin. It's a relative of heroin. It's all the same drug. We are a drugged nation with guns. It's not a good combination. It's not working for us. And as NPR points out, the cost to employers, the cost to productivity, the cost to you and your family, it's getting to be too high. I tend to rant at you when I'm in this studio, and I want to grab you like shake you and say, wake up. But the fact is that we need to wake up when it comes to painkillers. Now, if you have genuine pain, I'm sorry for you. Because like me, science is not giving you a good alternative. They're not giving you a non-addictive, non-narcotic alternative. They're just not, except cannabis. I'm telling you right now, you know how I replace these? You know why 90 lasts me a long time? Cannabis. When you're in severe pain, an edible will take it away. It will. It's not addictive, it's not habit forming, and it's not this. And by the way, an edible costs what? $10, right? $10, right? So that's 2 pills. So quite frankly, if you're someone that's grown a tolerance and you're taking 1.5 or whatever, you might as well get an edible. Now, NPR's article, I'll put at my website, reallykarel.com, and you can see, oh my God, it lists by the states a majority of workers' comp claims involving pain meds. This is in America. What do you all think is the number one state for workers' comp claims, the amount of workers' comp claims that involve opiates? Which state do you think is number one? Anybody? Come on. Come on, speak up. Washington? No? No. What about, come on. Arkansas. Arkansas, look, the South, the Bible, the good old Bible Belt. These are the majority of workers' comp claims involving pain meds that involve opioids. Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, which if I lived any of those places, I'd need to be all messed up on opiates too. Virginia, Texas, Kansas, Minnesota, Indiana, Iowa, Massachusetts, Georgia, Florida, New York, Missouri, Pennsylvania, and California way down the list. Michigan, Maryland, Illinois, Connecticut, and New Jersey. 80% in Arkansas of their claims for workers' comp involve opiates. It's costing we the people a fortune. It's costing your employers a fortune, and it's not good for you. We need science to help us out here. We need Huey Lewis. We need a new drug. These aren't working. And at $450 a bottle, we're getting ripped off. It's not a good drug. So here's a few things I want to tell you before we end this segment, because I didn't want to make it just about the money. Because when you're in pain, you'll eat anything. You're like this puppy. She'll eat anything. You'll put anything in your mouth. Cannabis, number one. Number two, old-fashioned methods, honey. The more you move, the better you feel. You got a back injury? Walk. You're like, I can't. Yeah, you can. And you keep walking until you drop, or you're going to end up in one of those hover rounds and weigh 500 pounds and be eating opiates. Walk. I never miss a day's walk around the block. I was on crutches. I've been on a wheel. I've never missed a day's walk with the dogs. Get a dog. Get a dog. I'm not making that up. It's great therapy. It takes you outside of yourself. You want to be healthier. Get a dog. Get a cat. But get your pain meds under control, America. 1 in 3. Look around your office. Someone's blasted right now. Just look around. If you're at work, just look around and pick out the person that's high on opiates. It's a new lunchtime game. Name the person in the office on opiates. 1 out of 3, honey. 1 out of 3. All right. Well, should I take these now? No, I'll put them back. It's like, well, let's pop some pills. See, that's America. Oh, well, what the hell? It's afternoon. I'll take a pill. No, we have an opiate problem. The presidents are now addressing it, or the presidential candidates. Hopefully, whatever president takes office will put this on the agenda, and we'll find out why you and I and the rest of America seems to need drugs to just get by. I am Karel. As I said, everything will be at my website, including this great little chart about the workers' comp claims. And it says here that the more professional you are, according to one HR manager, the higher up in management you are, the more apt the person is to be on drugs of some kind. Antidepressives, anti-anxietals, or opiates. So guess what? Big business kills you too. Is there any profession where we don't do drugs? Because, well, entertainers do them because we want to. We don't have to do them. We just want to do them. All right. I am Karel. Be who you want to be so it doesn't hurt anybody. The Karel Cast is underwritten by PowerMax.com. In 4 easy steps, get the best value for your Mac, iPad, iPhone, or iPod from the Mac experts. PowerMax, PowerMax.com. And FarmFreshFlowers.com. A local flower grower in Southern California. What's in the field today is at the door tomorrow. FarmFreshFlowers.com, an underwriter for over 10 years of Karel and Karel Life in Segments. And then Progressive Voices. Always progressive, always on. Progressive Voices is heard through the TuneIn app or at progressivevoices.com. If they're progressive, they're on Progressive Voices. And finally, All Clad Cookware donates to Cooking for the 99. They are the supplier of all of our cookware for Cooking for the 99. All Clad, that brings out the chef in you. We thank our underwriters at Karel Life in Segments.